Hi Libra, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carole and this is going to be a general reading for you. And there's no date on this reading because I trust that when it comes into your feed, it's meant for you. And so in today's reading, I'm going to be using the Ehrenberg Tarot as well as clarifying with the Tarot AE Weight. And I'm going to begin right away. I'm going to jump right in and we're going to start off by asking the Tarot, what are you being asked to release that is no longer serving you right now? So let's have one card for that. That came out quick. When you have the Fool card, wow, okay. Interesting card to come out in a sideways position as well. And then what I want to do is I want to ask, what's coming up from your shadow that needs healing? And the reason why I go to shadow work with this is because there's something from our adolescence, something from our childhood that's buried in our unconscious, in our shadow, that's having a huge impact on what you're being asked to release right now. Because there's something that has to heal in you before you can release it. And so that's what we're going to do in part two. So if I can have one card for Libra as to what's coming up from their shadow that needs healing. One card for this, please. And this will be having the most impact on the situation. So you have the King of Wands. And that was in sideways as well. And now this is a healing channel. You have to remember that, you know, your healing journey is a process. It's not something that's going to... you're not going to get healed overnight. And I find, because I've been on my own healing journey for 9 years intensively, that yes, there does have to, healing has to occur when we want to take this next step, when we want to release something that is coming up for us. But sometimes we just don't know what to do. And so this part I really like, because the tarot will help me and help you focus in on something in particular that you need to do in order to help you release this. And so let's have one card for that. Some advice from the tarot. And it is the High Priestess in reverse. So I'm going to clarify now with the Radiant Tarot AE Weight. And so it's not the Radiant deck, sorry, it's Tarot AE Weight. And can I have a couple cards for this Fool right here? Tell me some more about the Fool in a sideways position. Couple cards. Try that one again. One. Woo! Making this hard. Oh, we got two. Okay, I'm going to put all these, about 4 of them right here, and I'm going to take this one that's turned over. So we have the Strength and the Temperance card as clarifiers. I don't know if you realize, but you've got the Fool here on top. You have 3 major arcana cards sitting here for you as what you're being asked to release. So from real strong energies for you. Obviously a really forceful sign that, you know, here you are, you have all these energies and now it's time to release this, right? And so the King of Wands, something in my eye as well. King of Wands, couple cards here for clarifiers. There's one. And we'll have one more here. There we go. Okay, so you have the Two of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Cups in reverse. And that's under the King of Wands. And that's your shadow right here. It's coming up, what's coming up for healing. High Priestess. Couple cards for her. One there. And So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Cups. So let's begin your reading. What are you being asked to release that is no longer serving you? You start off with the Fool card. Like I said, it was a very interesting card to start off with, right, in a sideways position. You know, in an upright position, it's this big message from the universe. It's a universal force saying, you know what? Go for this. Like, absolutely go for this. You are so ready. You are so ready to do what you want to do right now. You have been on again, off again with whatever it is you wanted to do. And, you know, the universe is coming here to say, it's time. You're ready. But you're still sitting in this on again, off again, and you know, on the fence, right? There's just so much doubt in you. You're not trusting. You're not trusting that if you do this, and it's a general reading, if you let this go, right? If there, whatever it is that you need to release, and maybe we'll get some more clarification. You're not trusting that the universe is got your back. You're just not. And so let's go. What's next here? You know, the Strength card comes up for you as your next major arcana card. And in an upright position, the Strength card says, you know, you have the strength to do this. And it's like, well, strength to do what? Right? Well, you have this individual that's prying the mouth open of this lion. She's not scared to go inwards. This is an inwards journey card. This is the strength to go inwards. The strength to get in your body, the strength to start to feel your emotions, the strength to start to heal whatever this is that's coming up for healing. There's something here, and I'm going to say this Fool card was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. No, I can't do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. You know, whether it's, you know, maybe getting into therapy and deciding I can't do this now. Oh, I can't do this now. It's something around healing. And I know that it's around healing because you have the Temperance card here. And the Temperance card talks about this angel dipping their toe a little bit at a time, right? Dipping their toe into this water. Water's all about emotions. And Temperance also talks about, you know, things being like a process, or things oftentimes some tarot readers will say like it's like a waiting period. And to me, the Temperance is like a process. It's like a little bit at a time, right? No rushing. Because, you know, when we do sometimes think, oh, I'm going to open up that Pandora's box and I'm going to start my healing again. We close it up because we're just bombarded with emotions that come up, right? But this card comes in and says, you know, a little bit at a time. And so I think that you've forgotten that you do have the strength to do this. And you've forgotten that you don't have to do this all at once. And so the universe wants you to release that. And in fact, it wants you to trust the universe, right? It's like, here you go. You're ready to go. And it's just a quarter of a turn. It needs to turn a quarter of a turn upright. It's like you're so close, like you were there, and you're like doubting it again. And so the universe wants you to release that doubt that you don't have the strength, and that you have to do this all at once. And it's not going to come all at once. It's going to come a little bit at a time. And that's what you're being asked to release right now. Because going in and out of that doubt and that fear, I'm wondering if there's some real fear here that you need to release as well. And so we're going to get a better idea when I get to your shadow, because the shadow is going to tell me, what is it when you were younger, a child or an adolescent, that would have caused you to feel that feeling of, no, I can't, yes, I have to, no, I can't, that push and that pull. So let's look to see if we can find like some kind of a push and a pull situation here that is coming up from your childhood. Because what happens is in our present life, we are presented with these situations that reflect, that are triggered by what happened to us when we were younger. Because then that's how we know we need to heal. And so you have this Knight of Wands here. And this Knight of Wands is in a sideways position. But the Knights in my deck are what I call my freedom fighters. They're the part of us that want the freedom. And in this case, it has this wand right here, right? Look at how it's like staring straight ahead. It's like, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. And I want the freedom to do what I want to do. And I don't want people to tell me what to do. And I think you were very much that person when you were younger, where people did tell you what to do and you didn't have the freedom. And I think you knew what it was you wanted to do when you were younger. But I don't know if you remember. You could. But this part here is angry. There's some real anger here, right? And oftentimes when we're scared like this, when we're really fearing something, like I think that's what we said right here in this first part, that can be your ego self that's really scared of this anger that wants to come forward. Because when you were younger, you were angry because you weren't allowed to do what you wanted to do. And see, what's happening here is, I think that you're ready to do something. You want to do it. But there's something coming in going, no, you can't do it. And it's the same pattern. And right underneath that Knight of Wands is the Two of Swords in reverse. This individual in an upright position has completely shut down their emotions. And I know they've shut down their emotions because this water is flowing behind them. And whenever I see water behind, and there's lots of water there, it almost, though, it does look like it's stagnant a bit, because this individual has decided, I don't want to look at my emotions. I have crossed my heart with these swords. Cross my heart, hope to die. I don't know. That's like we used to say that when we were holding a secret. Well, this particular individual is holding their emotions in, and I'm going to blindfold myself, and I'm going to go right up in my head, and I'm not going to feel my emotions. Emotions are in our body. And if you, like when you were younger, taught not to touch your emotions, and especially not to touch this anger, when you were told you couldn't do a certain thing, right? Well, you had to hold it in. And here it is right now. And, there's a real huge fear to ever turning that around again. It's like completely shut down, in reverse, not touching it. And here's the shut off of the emotions. Here's the Ace of Cups right here. And it was in reverse. The Ace of Cups is this offer of feeling your emotions. Like, do you want to feel this anger anymore? Nope. Not going there. Not ever going to touch that emotion again. So for you to even start to touch that emotion, to even look at maybe feeling that anger that you had when you were younger, you know that it's just not a place where you can go. And so I really feel like you really have, your ego self is really blocking you, and there's some fear behind it that wants to come forward. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that you're somebody that suffers from a lot of anxiety. And maybe you have, and this whole push and pull thing, I'm wondering if it's anxiety. You go to do it, you want to do it, you're on the edge of doing it, and then this anxiety kicks in. That's your ego self, because there's this anger that wants to come through. You've had a memory. You have a memory of wanting to do this or wanting to do something when you were younger, and you come up against this wall all the time, right? And then you get angry and it's shut down. And so your ego self says, don't go near that anger. Don't you remember what happened to you when you were younger? And then that's where that anxiety comes in, because the ego self is so scared that you're going to go to that anger. And so what guidance does the tarot have for you in relationship to this situation? We have the High Priestess card coming out here, which is, she's in reverse. You have two feminine cards here. And the second one's very interesting as well. So you have a masculine side and you have a feminine side. Has nothing to do with our gender. Your masculine side is this strong ego that's really running the show right here. And your feminine side is wanting to come out with the tarot guidance. And the first quality, the first feminine quality that we all have, and she is a major arcana card. She's in reverse right here. But in upright position, she represents the first archetype, the first half of the feminine archetype. You have the High Priestess, and then you have the Empress. This is the High Priestess. She represents our inner knowing, our inner guidance. It's our intuition. It's our knowing. It's that gut feeling, right? It's in reverse. You know, deep down, you know what's going on, and you know what you want to do, and you've always known what you want to do, right? But she is blocked right now because in order to access your intuition and knowing what your next step is, you have to be in your body. And right now, you're not in your body. Your ego self has you up here in your mind, right? In this fear of what you can't touch, of what you can't go to. But it's very interesting here because you get a Knight of Cups here. And this Knight of Cups in reverse. And I said that these freedom fighters, these 4 knights in my deck, are very much the ones that want to go towards our freedom, want to go towards our true purpose. And that's that part of you that will pull you there. This one in particular has the cup. It wants you to go towards your emotions. It wants you to get angry because it's angry. And it wants you, it knows that in order for you to go, you've got to get angry. And this last one, I would see her as kind of the Empress, right? I said the High Priestess was the first half of the feminine archetype. And she's very, very similar to the Empress. And she, the Queen, is our feminine side. And she's holding the cup again. So you have these two cards right here, these two cup cards. These two cards that represent emotions. And she allows her emotions in. They flow at her feet. There's no stagnation here like you saw in the Two of Swords right here. None at all. She allows it to come in, her emotions, and then she processes them, she feels them, processes them, and then they flow out. And that's how she lives her life. And that's what you're being pulled towards, is that feminine side of you. And this is that strength card that you think you don't have. You do have it, but you're up in your head and your ego self is convincing you that you don't have this. You don't have this feminine side. You don't have this strength to go into the body, right? It wants to keep you up here where there's no emotions. And so this is very much a pull for you to go towards that anger, to ground yourself, to get in touch with who is it you need to get angry at? What is it you need to get angry about? And I want you to journal. I want you to write a letter to that person. I want you to write a letter. I want you to get on your computer, get in your journal and write out your anger, because that's how you ground it. And so Libra, I want you to have compassion for yourself for what you're working through. I know that this is a very difficult journey, but it's the most important journey of your life. So take care, and I'll talk soon. Bye.